Bitcoin whales just set their biggest trap yet. Let me show you what's really going on. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, I'm Gabby Trades, your go-to smart crypto analysis, price action breakdowns, and trading insights. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss a move in the market. Now, let's dive into today's topic. Is this a massive bull trap? That's what everyone is asking. If we have bottomed yet, why is gold still ripping? Okay, we know that China keeps buying gold ETFs, which is telling me that these people are actually concerned about their economy. Guys, by the way, also, if you want to trade with me, simply join my Discord in the link that's in the comments of this video and also in the description box of this video, so you can get your VIP role really easy for free. The steps are on Discord. On how you can make that happen. And by the way, I was also wondering if I should start a Telegram group. Let me know, guys, in the comments if you would like me to do a Telegram group, if that's easier for you. Now, let's talk about the quick US-China standoff that remains actually the central geopolitical factor that's driving the markets at the moment. Hopes for quick resolutions have been limited. We have no formal negotiations that have been announced in the recent days. The only thing that happened was that President Trump on Friday said that the US is having good private conversations with China. But China's ambassador in Washington bluntly responded that the US must show respect before Beijing even comes back to the table. To me, that suggests that there is a significant gap in trust right there. Now, in terms of economic data and news for the next 2 weeks, it's actually quite quiet. We don't have any significant news in terms of economic data releases unless we have some updates on the tariffs mess, right? And Bitcoin had a very wild and unpredictable move. I'm not sure if that move was supported with a lot of volume, but we're going to see what's happening right now. So let's open the charts and talk about it. And in the meantime, make sure you like this video if you haven't already, because I will forget to ask you guys again while I open the charts and just focus on that. I always forget, but you guys remind me, so that's cool. All right, let's see what we have here. First of all, Patricia is here, Super Ted, Peter Azinov, Sugar Cookie, Rafero. Rafero is new here. Hima, of course, and Cello Trader is here. I can recognize him by his picture. Antoine, how are you guys doing? Did you have good holidays, by the way? Did you eat a lot of chocolate? How was it? We have one of our traders on Discord. He has like this. It's not really a smoke machine. It's actually like a proper fireplace, I think, that you can cook meats and stuff, which was really, really cool. I call him Nana Dodi because he always bakes bread. Is so funny. All right, let's focus on what's happening today. Actually, I had to do a podcast today, so I wasn't really on the charts in the morning, but I still updated you guys. Patricia, yes, too much chocolate. I know. I just had one chocolate egg. That's it. Just one chocolate egg. All right, let's focus a little bit. What are we looking right now is the 15-minute chart on Bitcoin. And this morning, I saw the Asia sweep up here and there was confirmation to go short, but I didn't care about that because I'm already short Bitcoin and I'm still holding that. Hello, zdrasti. So I'm still holding that. I don't really care, but after the sweep, there was good confirmation to go short, and one of our traders caught that, which was pretty cool to see. It seems that people are starting to recognize how I trade, and you guys are finding your own, legs around this, which is pretty cool. Now, the thing is, on the 4-hour, Bitcoin is still bullish, right? If we use our 4-hour strategy indicator that I've created with my 4-hour strategy, it is telling us that Bitcoin actually wants to go higher, right? On a lower time frame, it's looking like we're having a drop. That was a short. Like if I wasn't in a trade, I would have taken that, but I am already in a trade, so I don't really care. So basically, what I wanted to tell you guys is, yes, on a higher time frame, we're looking like we're breaking some levels and we're finally finding some bullish strength in Bitcoin. Now, is this real? Is this real? To be honest with you, and I told you Friday, if you remember, I told you Friday that I'm expecting something crazy to happen on the weekend and that I'm not going to be surprised if that happens, which is exactly what we got, right? This massive move to the upside, you know, that was absolutely insane. Like 4 or 5% move to the upside over the weekend, coming out from this range here. Now, ideally, I wanted the range to retest again the POC down here. And that's what I said to you guys. I want this range to retest the POC. That will be a clear long for me. But actually, the range just decided to exit, which makes me think that price is going to come back now to this range and retest it before it continues to the upside, because we know that price has a lot of work to do to the upside. Now, the thing with upside is, right, and I told you guys what my view on Bitcoin in general is. I don't believe this move up to be the bottom, right? I simply do not believe that. So everything is bearish right now. And if you remember everything that we've spoken about, right? Let me just put myself on big screen for that. So everything we spoke about until now, you remember, right? We have compared Bitcoin to the traditional markets, to NASDAQ. We have done our research and we have found out that it's very, very possible that we see the same scenario that we saw back on the 5th of August when Bitcoin dropped down to 49K. Now, why is that? Because we're seeing the signs already happening. Right? Oh, sorry, I cleared the chat. You guys start typing in the chat so I can see you understanding what I'm trying to say. So basically, the problem is that we have this move up with Bitcoin, but actually, if you look ahead and open NASDAQ is actually heavily dropping to the downside. Right? There is no signs of strength in the traditional markets whatsoever. This is a massive red flag for me. And this is exactly what happened back when Bitcoin dropped to 49K after we were thinking that this is the bottom for us, right? We thought that's the bottom for us, but that wasn't. We had to see 49K go before we saw new all-time highs. Now we're seeing a similar thing right now. And that was fueled by decoupling. So basically in July, I have to open the chart for you again. All right, so basically when we had the 49K, let's go here on the daily. When we had the 49K down here, this low, right? We were in a situation where we thought, okay, this over here, Bitcoin 53.3K was the low. Everyone was like, that is it. We're going to new all-time highs. It was kind of like a similar vibe. But basically, that's not what I'm trying to focus on. What I'm trying to focus on is that here we had a rally in July, right? Which was the moment where Bitcoin was decoupled with NASDAQ. So NASDAQ here in July was dropping while Bitcoin was rallying. Do you understand? And then it happened so that we reached to a high and we created a new lower low. And that was the actual bottom, right? That was the actual bottom before we found the new all-time highs. So I'm seeing a similar thing developing here, and I prepared you guys for weeks. For now, I've been saying every single day that this is what I'm expecting to see if this move is fake. I want to see NASDAQ dropping and I want to see Bitcoin rallying, and that is going to confirm my bias that this is an absolute fake out right now. Of course, not only that, but also the fact that we're generally bearish right now, right? I mean, on a lower time frame, we started breaking levels, right? We broke the 4-hour structure. We're keeping breaking structures, but now we actually, to become really, really bullish, we need to break so many levels that it almost seems like this is it. Now is the moment. So for me, I'm still keeping my short because I don't know what sort of manipulation is going to happen. But ultimately, what I want to see is how price reacts when it reaches the 89K, right? So that's the first level that I can be looking for any retraces, short scalps whatsoever. And that's a daily level, right? That's a daily level on Bitcoin. Now, the level that I'm more interested in is actually the 12-hour resistance. And the reason why I'm more interested in the 12-hour resistance at 91,255 is because that we have the 12-hour support down here that acted and did a pretty good job, right? Did a pretty good job at holding. So that's why using my indicators, my personal indicators, this is how I couple them. I like to find the higher time frame support and resistance level and see what price is doing on them. So I can see here that we have so far we have held the 12-hour support. We haven't even reached the daily support. So the daily support, which is stronger than the 4-hour, is sitting at 72,778, which is below the current bottom, right? So that's the support that I'm really interested in on a higher time frame, which is here, 72,778. For now, we're playing about with the 12-hour levels. So we've held pretty nicely the 12-hour support. Yes, press the like button. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. We've held the 12-hour support, so I'm interested to see what price is going to do at around the 91,000 levels. So these areas of support and resistance are usually coupled with wicks. It's not necessarily that price is going to tap into it and reject from it completely. That mostly occurs on a lower time frames for these levels from my indicators, but on the higher time frames, these levels are usually wicked through. So I'm really looking at, in that case, between 91,000 and 92,000 something. That sort of level for me is going to be really, really interesting point of point of interest, where I'm going to be looking to take further shorts. Because if price continues here up to the daily resistance level, I'm going to be taken out of my short for break even that I've already taken profits on. And guys, I was up on this short pretty high and I took profits down here heavily. So this is like just 20% of my position running in case something happens with price. And I've told you, I'm not interested in participating in that long here because, there was nothing for me particularly that interesting. It's just very risky and I want to protect my capital, right? I found a really nice long on ETH with you guys. Some of the members on Discord took it. If you guys haven't joined Discord, join Discord because that's where I post my trades. This was the ETH long scalp. It happened during Powell's speech. It was a very clean long from the level, right? This level over here. I'm assuming it's daily because it's not on the 12-hour. 15,048. So this was the long level. Take profit was up here. I'm not greedy at all because Ethereum is extremely weak right now. And, I'm not really interested in anything more than scalping and even holding for a few days. Ancient Kritoshis here. Hello. Who are you? Jimmy the Lip is also a new guy I haven't seen here. Bullfred is here. I love seeing new people here. So yeah, that was the long, you guys, I posted it on Discord. I have a couple of the members that took really, really good profits on that as well, which was great to see. But yet again, Ethereum is very, very weak. And to be fair with you, Ethereum is interesting because on the 12-hour, we have liquidity that's sitting at 2,100. So we know that price is going to go to that level eventually. In fact, we know that price is going to go to around 3,800 for Ethereum, but we don't know if it's going to go higher than that because we're expecting that price is going to exhaust at around that point, and just the markets overall should exhaust at around that price point. But for now, I want to see how Ethereum reacts at around 1,753.48. That's my point of interest on the 12-hour time frame. I want to see what price does here. If it rejects, I'm definitely going to be looking for shorts here. And then if that fails, I want to see price travel to 1,814 because a break from this level here is going to be with a body close, right? I want to see a body close above this level is going to tell me that we're indeed entering into the last phases of the bull market. Fountain of Youth is here and Kuhn is here. Yes, Kuhn is short Bitcoin this morning. I know that. He did a very good job on that. So yeah, that's it pretty much. We know that we're going to see higher prices, but what is going to happen before that? For Bitcoin, we need a lot more confirmation. Okay, we're traveling up, but when we go to NASDAQ, we're seeing completely opposite. So these are the red flags, you guys. Do you understand? This is a massive red flag. As soon as you start seeing NASDAQ dropping and Bitcoin rallying, you need to understand that this is a fake out, a massive fake out, and that Bitcoin is going to catch up eventually. We're getting some requests here. Can you take a look at Bera, please? Very good ecosystem that it has. Okay, I've never heard of Bera, to be honest. But yeah, we can check Bera in a minute. Let's focus on Bitcoin. Just to summarize the points for you guys, because I want you to, to not miss any opportunity. So we're looking at the daily level, which is at 89,076 for Bitcoin. And then ultimately, I would like for price to come to 91,255 or between 91,000 and 92,000. This is where we're going to see if we're actually going to break through these levels. This is going to give me more confidence. And you know that ultimately, if we start breaking and going parabolic, that will be very, very nice. But once we take the liquidity on the 4-hour, which is sitting at the 95,000, I'll be heavily looking for shorts from here. Now, anything 95,000, anything between 95,000 and 100,000 is going to be a great moment for me to enter into shorts. So to be honest with you, on Bitcoin, I am not so much excited about buying anymore, right? I am so much more excited about catching the big shorts on Bitcoin from now on. So my plan basically is to catch a short on Bitcoin from one of these three levels, right? Be it the 89,000, or 91, 92,000, or between 95 and 100,000. I want to catch a short from there. That's going to create a new lower low. And from that, if that happens, then I will be extremely excited to start going long once we get to those low price level below 73,000 Bitcoin. Then I'll be super excited to start buying again. Until then, I'm not really excited, right? Because I know that we're entering into the last phase of the bull market. And to be honest with you, if price doesn't create another lower low, I don't know if we're going to have enough fuel to move Bitcoin to, great prices like 150,000 or whatever. In fact, I want price to drop down one more time, create another lower low here, and then I will be confident that Bitcoin is going to travel up to 120k, right? That's when I would be like, okay, this is when we're gonna get 120k. This is when we're gonna get Ethereum 3,800 or $4,000, and we're gonna have another rally on the altcoins, which is not going to be too much, by the way, but still, it's going to be something. And from then on, I will be extremely excited to take the big shorts, right? Entering into the bear market. That's what I want to do. So yes, you guys, that's it pretty much for today. What do we want to see? Wait, we wanted to see bear. Bear. What is that? Can you even, is that spot? Can you even trade that on, what is that? Bear. What are you showing me right now? What is this? Oh my God. Oh. Okay. Am I looking at the right chart? Can you let me know? Because this looks, oh, Bera. Oh, sorry. Bera. Yes, you are right. Excuse me. I'm like, what is this? Okay, new chain. Let's see, new chain up 5.5% on the day. Oh, well, what can I tell you? I mean, it's a bearish chart that we're looking at right now. So everyone knows when I look at this kind of thing, I'm like, okay, so this is a bearish price chart that's looking for new lows. That's all I can tell you. Yes, it had some movement now to the upside, but it's not something that I would really trade. It looks absolutely ugly. It looks very ugly. So this was the low created here. No, there is nothing. I mean, it could potentially, now let's say if this 4-hour bearish candle closes bullish, right? It could potentially mean that, you know, it could get some more reliefs, but it needs to start breaking levels for me. Like this would be, for example, one break, and then I'll be looking for a second break. And on the second break, depending on how price moves, then I would like to enter some sort of long here. But for now, I'm not interested. I mean, it's only had like one break so far. That is not so significant, but yeah, kind of bad to trade, but sometimes it's nice for volume. Yeah, you're most welcome. If you guys have any chart requests, drop them now. I'll have a look for you guys. Let's have a look. Solana. So Solana basically has reacted quite nicely from the sell zone, right? So for a scalp short, this was a good opportunity. A reaction from our sell zone down here through the 12-hour bearish fair value gap. But yeah, I mean, Solana, to be honest with you, it looks quite strong. It's definitely stronger than Ethereum, which is good to see. But yeah, for Solana, I'd like it to travel a little bit higher, and I want to see what it does around the 155 levels. So around here, 154.65, because that is the 0.5 of the price leg. I want to see how price goes through here, and if we break through here, then I'm going to be a little bit more confident long term for Sol, because essentially what's happening right now is that we're trading below the 0.5 of this massive price range, right, from ages ago. But that's like on a higher time frame perspective. That's how I like to look at the charts. So yeah, essentially the 0.5 level needs to hold for us to kind of gain more confidence that we can see new all-time highs on Solana. But we're losing the level right now, and we're losing it. We've been losing it quite aggressively. So if that's the case, if we're really losing that level, then I want to see price travel down to around the $79. And if it doesn't, if it holds right now, and if it breaks through the 0.5, yes, I'll be bullish on Solana for new all-time highs, definitely, 100%. But for now, it's really a wait game. Bitcoin hits 88,000. Okay, let's have a look at Bitcoin on the 15-minute. Yeah, well, let's have a look on the 4-hour. Yeah, we're just about to hit target on the 4-hour. So, you know, that's pretty obvious to me that this is the target. So we're going into the daily level. So from here on, potentially after I finish the stream, you guys watch out on Discord, because I'll be probably looking to grab some shorts from the 89K level. Of course, not confirmed. Everything needs to be confirmed on at least the 15-minute time frame, right? So if I see any reversals on the 15-minute time frame, I'm going to give you a signal on Discord, you guys, of what I'm seeing. Bitcoin is rising because of the dollar falling. You mean USDT? Or in general? No, I'm telling you guys, honestly, Bitcoin is rallying while Nasdaq is dumping. That is something to be very, very afraid of. I'm sorry. It's true. Yeah, GXY. No, I get you. I get you. GXY is still bearish. So that should be a good sign, to be honest. We're looking for 97. Let's have a look on a higher time frame. Yeah, so it's starting to lose levels, and that's pretty good. So this is basically the same formation that we're seeing on Bitcoin right now. So the only difference with this double liquidity formation here is that it played out usually how it should play out. So that's on a weekly time frame, but it's the same on the 4-hour for Bitcoin, that we take the low and then we proceed to take the high. This is how most of the times this sort of formation plays out. So yeah, DAX is losing, dollar index is losing levels, which is very good to see. Very good to see. But the question is, why is Nasdaq dropping as well? Right? This is not good. This is not good. We want to see correlation between Nasdaq and Bitcoin. That's what we want to see. And when we don't see that, then that's a massive red flag. Massive red flag, especially in the current market that we're at. So yeah, we're pretty much traveling fast there. Let's see if we're gonna catch any trades even while we're live together. That's gonna be pretty interesting. So yeah, the short today was pretty cool. Pretty nice. On a lower time frame, we've left some liquidity to the downside. So let's see if this is a manipulation move. Very strong, very strong. Oh my god, this is New York session. New York session, completely slamming through it. Absolutely slamming through it. Which is fair enough. That's what we expected, so that's what we get, right? We're traveling to our current target right now, 88,548.5, pretty fast, and I'm pretty sure that we're gonna get that target right now. So yeah, but once we reach that target, 89k is going to be our daily level, right? This is daily resistance level. So it's supposed to be strong, right? It's supposed to be strong, and we're most likely, right, gonna get some sort of reaction from this level. You guys just watch it, because I'm telling you. Comp stream, hi everyone, hello. Very nice to see new people here, new faces. It is just so amazing. You guys like the video if you haven't, and join Discord because it's free, and that's where I share my trades and I give my daily analysis. Bitcoin dominance is getting stronger, but alts are following Bitcoin even stronger. That is very good sign for alts. Mark is here. I will take a short trade 88,500. I think 88,500, it's going to be a bit early to take a short, in my opinion. But you can do whatever you want. It's your charts. But first of all, our target is not even going to be reached at 88,500. So because how can I delete this? Because our target is at 88,548.5. And you know that my 4-hour strategy does not fail me ever. Well, it does fail sometimes, obviously. Of course, nothing is 100%. You know, that's the thing with the markets, you guys. And today I went and I did this podcast, right? And they were asking me like, oh, how do you manage your trades? How are you profitable? This and that. And then I said to them, it's honestly, literally, you need to understand that it's not as much as what your strategy is. It's about like execution. If you can execute with no fear, and you know, I even spoke with a friend of mine that recently started trading, and she's doing so well. She's doing so well. She's risking a little bit more than what I'm comfortable with risking, and what I would usually recommend to any of my students to risk. But she's just started and she's doing quite well. But the thing is, when you risk that much and then suddenly out of nowhere, right, you start losing like in a row, right? Because sometimes you will have losing weeks. Do you get me? Like, it's not going to be that you're going to be profitable 100% of the time. You're not going to be profitable even 60% of the time sometimes, but sometimes you will be wrong 80% of the times. It happens with the market, right? And what are you going to do then when you're risking 10% per trade? Well, you're going to blow your account. I want to see, how are you going to execute after, and where are you going to find your confidence to execute trades after you've blown your first account, right? So it's like we're just gonna sit here and watch how our 4-hour strategy plays out perfectly and takes out the high that we've set. When I started, I was risking a lot on the line. Now I got the hang of it. Yeah, ancient Kurtoshi. That's the thing. Kurtoshi, I like that. That's the thing, you guys. Like, You risk a lot, but then, you know, when you start losing, that's when it really starts to hurt. And then you get so scared of losing, you know, the little money that you have left, that you are simply not going to be executing with so much confidence. And then, you know, you're getting into that turmoil of, you know, just like revenge trading, and like it's terrible. I guess everyone has to go through it, right? But at the end of the day, is fearlessly executing, taking profits on the way. It's always been important for me. Leave a runner as well, because you never know when are you gonna get super you know, lucky. So yeah, that's why I left a runner on the short, and it's been all good. I actually went long broccoli down here at this marked line. Down here. Yeah. This was a bit of a degen play for me, to be honest with you. Bit of a degen play. But it's nice to do these ones as well from time to time. But yeah, you know, ETH long was very nice. I'm happy that I took profits where I took profits. And, you know, I don't care that I didn't hold this trade because ETH is very weak. And frankly, I'm more interested in shorts. You guys, I want to be shorting Bitcoin. Gabby, why broccoli? Just because it can generate money? Just because I was talking to a friend of mine and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna bet on broccoli, this and that. It was just like a thing with friends that we did. Nothing specific, actually. That's why I didn't really talk about it on Discord, but usually I would update you guys. Yeah. It wasn't anything. It was just a play thing, because to be honest with you, I need to see a lot more strength in the markets in order for me to join. I am not feeling FOMO whatsoever right now. Broccoli is something that you eat, yes. I don't feel FOMO whatsoever at all. Without Sui is like what, 6% up. Honestly, I couldn't care less. I swear, I can't care less at the moment. And frankly, it is still showing a bearish target on the 4-hour. So, you know, Nasdaq is dropping. I'm not convinced at all. It's going to take a lot for this price action to convince me. The liquidity is there. It might happen, but I want to see a clear break. In fact, what I usually like to see is 2 clear breaks before I get in, right? I want to see 2 clear breaks. I want to see 2 clear breaks, ideally on a higher time frame, to get more confidence. Because I'm not going to be, you know, at the end of the bull run, I'm not going to be risking my capital. That's not going to happen unless I'm shorting, right? Ethereum is just, it's absolutely ugly. I don't even want to look at it. Sol is in a buy, it's in a sell zone. So let's see if that is going to hold. The sell zone is quite high, but it's just also giving me signals that, you know, Bitcoin might reach to 89K and, you know, start reversing a little bit from here. Because ideally, you know, it's Monday. So what do we do in Monday? We like to set the Monday highs and the Monday lows, right? And what usually happens is that as the week progresses, on Tuesday, Wednesday, we tend to see either the Monday high taken, which means price trades through the Monday high, or price trades through the Monday low. And that's when you can find a good price, you know, a good trade in the opposite direction. Bitcoin is going to 90,100. Christoph, 90,100. What's 90,100? What's on that level? Can you tell me? Can you be a bit more specific? What can we find 90,100? What exactly can we find 90,100? You know, even when I'm looking now on the 1 hour, seeing that we have this liquidity here, at the 92,800. It is just going to be so hard for me to find a short here, but I will do it. I'm telling you guys, I will catch it. Because if we have liquidity just above the 12-hour at 92,000, that might as well mean that we're just gonna travel straight to 95k and then catch the ultimate shorts. Hima wants to look at Link. Let's have a look at Link real quick for Hima. Link. Let's do the MACD chart. Link. Yeah, Link has a pretty nice reaction from the 0.236. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty nice. But to be honest, the weekly point for me is going to be down here. So it's still kind of showing me that it might be weekly support. It's still below price action, so you know, 9.458. I would like for that to be retested. Let's have a look at the order blocks and breaker blocks and everything. Yeah, it looks like quite a healthy bounce to the upside, to be honest. So yeah, but again, I would like it to break a little bit more levels for me to start longing it a little bit more confidently. Everything needs to break a little bit more levels for me to start. Like the video, Refero, yes. BTC 4-hour time frame, bull pennant over 200 EMAs. A pennant. You're gonna have to make me Google what a pennant is, dude. I have no idea what that is. Samir didn't have the chat option and he panicked. It's all good. All right, look, what's happening? Bitcoin is retracing a little bit right now before it takes on the target, which is very interesting on a 1-minute time frame. Let's have a look what we get. Did we take any highs here? No, we're literally just about to hit target, so we're just retracing a little bit right now. Nothing interesting. So, but yeah, we're gonna hit that target today. I'm pretty confident. So FYI, I have no idea. What is FYI? I don't know, mate. Is it a coin? Is it, what is it? FYI, I don't know. I honestly have no idea. So yeah, that's it pretty much. YFI. I think I have this in my list actually. Let's have a look. YFI USDT. If I have it on my list, yes, that means that there was some liquidity on it. So definitely quite crazy, in my opinion, that it has this liquidity here, all the way up here, and even at what is that, 15.9 Yearn Finance USDT. Yeah, so that's gonna be a pretty good catch actually, if that works. That's gonna be a pretty good catch, but it needs to break some levels. We're looking on a daily chart right now, and it's currently, you know, reacting from a resistant level. So yeah, it's not, this price action is not convincing for me. I'd need to see a lot more breaks before I get involved. especially up here. This is going to be actually a good breaking point to start with, right? So it needs to break this daily resistance here. Daily resistance also combined with a breaker block. I think it's for your information, yeah. With a breaker block is actually going to be very good if it breaks that, and then it will make this whole range a nice entry area where you can look further for potential positions. But it's in a sell zone right now, combined with the 4-hour resistance, reacting from a 4-hour bearish fair value gap. So it's gonna have to do some work here. But if it breaks it, it's gonna look good. Yeah, it's gonna look good. Even on a retrace at around the 4.471, we have a nice equal lows here. Right, let's have a look on a higher time frame. What do we have? Yeah, something around the 4.471 I think will be interesting. But again, equal lows here, just lots of liquidity. So if price starts dropping down, if Bitcoin starts dropping down, just how I think it will, whether be it around the 95k area or the 92k area, it's not gonna be looking very pretty for alts. But you never know, alts might start holding a little bit better. Do you think still Bitcoin will set a new all-time high this cycle? Yes, I think so. I think that Bitcoin is going to go to around 120 something, and I don't think it's going to go higher than that, which is still a pretty good gain for this cycle, right? So that's what I expect, but not anything more than that. All right, you guys, we're literally about to hit target. Actually, let's have a look if we have hit target on other. Oh yeah, we have actually. Okay, so target was hit. That's the thing. If you look at different charts, sometimes target is hit, sometimes not. So I think this is the crypto.com. Yes, smash the like button, you guys. Crypto.com's already taken target on Bitcoin. So from here, our expectations would be to wait for the subsequent 4-hour close to give us a little bit more information on where price is going. Annoyingly, here on this chart, we haven't hit the target, which is the chart that we were looking. That's why I have few charts to look at. But yeah, we definitely want to see what price does around 89k, and I'm pretty confident that we're gonna get to that level. If we start retracing right now, to be honest with you, there is few levels that we could potentially get involved. One level would be around here, you know, around the inverted 4-hour bearish fair value gap. So that would be at around 85,000. You know, if price drops and retraces through here, that would be an area. But knowing that we have this liquidity here also on the 4-hour at 83,000, maybe we want to see price dropping a little bit further. And for the traders that are, you know, playing it very, very safe, if price starts dropping, I don't think that anyone from the safe players is gonna enter anything above, you know, around the 80, between 81,000 mark, right? And then your stop loss has to be a little bit bigger as well. So let's see how that plays out. I have the cutest trading strategy. Thank you. Yes, I play out with support and resistance levels. As you guys know, I use the fair value gaps, I use the order blocks, I use the breaker blocks mainly for entries on a higher time frame, lower time frame. And of course, I will let you guys know about how you can use the indicators a little bit more in depth, because I can see a lot of you guys have seen the video on how to use my trading indicators, but it was a very short video. We can go a lot more in depth on how these indicators can help you on a higher time frame and a lower time frame. Well, thank you so much for being here today. We have hit our 4-hour target on Bitcoin, at least on crypto. I think this is crypto.com or whatever. So that was it for today, and we're waiting for just to repeat all the levels. We're waiting for 89k Bitcoin, 8976, 89,076, 91,255, and of course the major level at 95k, where I will be looking for shorts, right? Ideally from the sell zone above 95k, so that will be around 96. All right, you guys, I'll see you tomorrow, and don't forget to join Discord, where I will share all the trades that I'm taking for today. Thank you so much. I shall see you guys in the next one.